Welcome to Dead Man Talking. Tonight's story will welcome back the incredible mind of Mr. Savage in his next installment of his incredible cryptid and paranormal survival guide. As ever, please do let us know what you thought down below in the comments box. Please do like and share. It really does help build the channel and our community further, and why not hashtag TeamFEAR and DMT's Cryptid crew. And so, with that aside, let's get into tonight's story, entitled Mr. Savage's Paranormal Survival Guide, Part 3, Cryptids Continued. Let's get straight into that. So, before I get into this chapter, I feel there's a couple of things I need to address specifically about my being a witch and all. First of all, I feel like the terms warlock and wizard are kind of sexist. The word witch is a gender-fluid term after all. Plus, I feel like someone who calls themselves a warlock automatically opens themselves up to sounding like a douche canoe. And furthermore, there are two types of witches in the world: those who find power in the faith and those whose power leads them to the faith. In other words, there are humans that practice a form of witchcraft and a separate race of natural witches. In this you may think that I mean that there's a whole other species, which is slightly true. I feel like natural witches were at a time, in the distant past, a totally different species than modern humans. But overall, generational eons evolved to assimilate with humans. We do come in various skin tones, but we are sort of our own thing. Natural witches can have children with humans, but conception is more difficult. For instance, I had children with my ex-wife who was also a natural witch, back to back pretty easily. However, with my current wife who is not a natural witch, conceiving our daughter seemed much more difficult, and currently further conception doesn't seem to be a likely occurrence. Other traits, at least for myself, include things like higher pain tolerance. I'm stronger and faster than most people. I don't get physically injured as easily as others. Greater levels of endurance and much higher metabolism, greater stamina, and I heal at a very fast rate compared to most people. Now, you may think this sounds ludicrous or like I'm trumping myself, but although marginal, these things are truthful. Witches are not superheroes or anything like that, but overall we are stronger and tougher than your average people. A few examples of these traits are like the other day. I had a 16-penny nail go all the way through my foot and boot. I was able to pry it off with a hammer and go back to work. And like 3 days later, it was only barely a distinguishable mark. I've never needed stitches in my life because I can heal just fine without them. I've been hit by various venomous snakes and sugared off without so much as anything other than a mild swelling. I've fallen from roofs and been ejected from kayaks in powerful rapids and walked away with nothing more than a couple of bruises, whereas regular people would have been battered with broken bones. As far as my metabolism, I have to eat around 6,000 to 8,000 calories a day, or I feel weak and cold. And yeah, before you ask, I'm 6'4" and about 230-ish with very little body fat. Now, enough about me. Natural witches may come from the coupling of two parent naturals or a single parent. In my case, the trait skips around the generations. My grandmother was a natural, but my mother was a skip. Now, this is pretty common in mixed natural witch and human family trees. And natural witches typically have a hard time fitting in early life because we know we are different. We see, feel, and hear things that others cannot. We view the world in a different way and are generally more intelligent than others. We usually don't find a faith until our late teens to early 20s. Being a natural may include several abilities or only one or two. Everything from influence over the environment and elements to premonitions and empathy. For me, I live in a deja vu because I constantly have premonitions. I don't smoke marijuana because it increases this tenfold. I mean, imagine you're all a big old doobie, and the next day you can tell everyone what they're about to say before they say it. Fucking spiders, man. I have other abilities on the metaphysical scale, but you want to hear about cryptids, not the boring dude writing this thing. Am I right? Of course I'm right. I'm a savage. Skinwalkers. Natives have a name for these things, as do we witches. We don't say it, write it, or think about it, because it's inviting to them. The best way to deal with them really depends on the spells they used and what was invoked to make them into what they are. One up close involves a tube sock and several big bolts. If you prefer to take aim at a distance, a wooden arrow, preferably made of oak, can typically deliver a tram train-sized package of unhealth care. Bullets do work, but it takes quite a few, and out of all those solutions, it might just serve to piss it off. The surefire way to definitely degrade even the most vicious skinwalker is to strip buck naked and challenge it to a mud wrestling match. The skinned. These critters are basically zombies. They are the product of a skinwalker walking in another person's skin. These creatures are stupid rare because skinwalkers rarely strip people of their skin. Guess what a skin wants? It's definitely not mint chocolate chip ice cream. If you said your skin, you would be correct. Yeah, they literally want to tear your skin off while you are awake and screaming in agony so they can wear it and rest in peace, finally. So, how do you kill a zombie with a flesh fetish? With fucking fire, of course. The only way to fully kill a skinned is to burn them to ash. Shooting them even in the head barely impedes their ability to function. So folks, light those Molotovs and find a pile of tires. At least they're afraid of fire, right? Werewolves. When these guys aren't fighting off the government, slashing zombies and demons and shagging hot vampire blondes, or trying to steal a pasty clueless brunette from a sparkly drama queen, they are assholes. Beast of Bray Road. Asshole that thought it was funny to scare the piss out of people. Beast of Gévaudan. Asshole that thought slaughtering humans was a laughing riot. Most of the time werewolves don't bother humans, especially in this day and age, seeing as humans have started tasting like garbage disposal crust with all the processed. Yeah, I used to taste kinda like pork, but the last time I had a human steak, I shot the server in the face and cussed out the entire staff. I mean, how dare they serve me non-grass-fed human? Gross. Dude tasted like old Big Macs and cheap beer. Like Ice House cheap. Grody. But anyways, werewolves love to freak out campers. Hell, I like to fuck with other campers myself. Werewolves are my favourite cryptid simply for their no fucks given attitude and wild antics. I once got drunk with a couple of Rougarous from LSU up in the Natihela National Forest, and we fucked this group so hardcore they ran away and didn't come back until noon the next day. Don't shoot at a werewolf, you aren't gonna hurt it. Offer it your beef jerky and enough tequila to put down a bull moose, and it might go away. Just never put a drunk werewolf in the back of a pickup truck and start cutting donuts unless you want to clean up the biggest mess of your life. Werewolves are the biggest party animals and love a good prank, unless you prank them too hard. Like tying a rope from their tail to their front paw and throwing a basketball. Total Labrador Retriever mode turned into rolling down a mountainside with a bruised ego. Never punch a werewolf in the head. Concrete is softer. Zombies. This one I haven't encountered, but I have solutions for every inevitability. Just imagine you go to sleep and everything is fine, and you wake up to realize that old lady Henderson is eating the mailman and the entire world outside is total foobar. What do you do? Well, I guess you could do nothing, but where's the fun in that? Grab that AR-15 and those baseball bats and let's go enjoy the fucking apocalypse. It was specifically designed for the chaos of the end of the world. Be ruthless. Steal a Humvee and see how many points you can rack up. Just always double tap and don't get bit. You have to be savage in the apocalypse. It's either you or it's them, and you can't be a pansy about it. Nothing would bring me more pleasure than throwing a piano or three of a 10-story building into a horde of flesh-eating vermin. It makes me wonder what bowling balls can do at that height. Do they bounce? How many would a single drop take out in a Dawn of the Dead situation? And people, chainsaws are a bad idea. I've never seen one zombie movie where a chainsaw dude has a good day. And by the way, tube socks filled with hard objects are always fun as hell. I mean, as long as you aren't the receiving party. Wendigos. Ah, the turbocharged zombies of the North Atlas. Or not, you have a problem, and it wants to eat you, and guess what? Bullets don't do much, if anything. Nope, you need cold iron, not hot lead. Maybe you have a machete or an axe. Personally, this is one of the rare times I approve the use of a chainsaw. Nothing tells the monster you mean business like the whirling teeth of a chainsaw. But wait, what if you are unarmed? Welp, I have the alternative, and you already know it's going to be insane. First, take off your shirt and proceed to perform a Samoan death dance. Oh yeah, stick out that tongue and let the fucker know you mean to eat it. Wendigos never expect to encounter something that wants to eat them. Now, give it a double finger for maximum insult to injury, and rush it, gnashing your teeth. It is scientifically proven that a human bite in a Wendigo, it's instant death. And don't forget to check out my recipe for maple bourbon Wendigo jerky. Note from the author. First off, I really enjoyed writing this little series. The outtakes on part 2 had me floored laughing with the cupcake cat clown deal. I seriously thought this whole thing would be a flop, but hey, swing and a hit. I really appreciate the support in the comments. Well, that's the best part for me, making stuff that people enjoy. I'm always going to have something to contribute to the channel. It's like paying DMT back for all the times the show has pulled me from depression, anger, or just got me through a shit day. I do get busy, and I know the hiatus drives people crazy because it's always a cliffhanger from hell. Definitely want to do a sci-fi series before I get back into the nightmare of Winter Universe again. But anyways, thank y'all so much. Be safe, not sorry. No excuses either. I just taught you how to beat 'em. And if you want to see some crazy stuff I do when I'm not writing, check out my TikTok at Savage Off-Road Mowers. Or one word, no spaces. Wow. Wow. Suddenly another one. Wow. Absolutely chest pounding, rib rattling good. What a wonderful note on the end there. From our good friend and brother from another mother, Mr. Savage. Brother, it's been an honour to have you a part of this channel's history and growth. Certainly have solidified your place within TeamFEAR riders, and I really appreciate your kind comments and can tell you the feeling's mutual. Of course, as ever, I hope you enjoyed this rendition, and I can't wait to see any more updates from yourself, and certainly can't wait to see that sci-fi series that you mentioned. Well, guys and girls as ever, you know the drill. Please do let us know what you thought down below in the comments box. Please do like and share. Well, it really does help build the channel and our community further. And why not hashtag TeamFEAR and DMT's Cryptid crew. Now if you think you can pen something just as funny, just as exciting and refreshing, then please do get in contact at the contact email, which is as on screen. contactthedeadone@gmail.com. I really look forward to hearing from you. I hope this one put a smile on your face as much as I, and I hope your weekend has been beautiful, with bright sunshine, friends and family. But above all guys, remember, be safe, not sorry. I have I mean, fucking hell. As long as you want the one. As long as you want the one. Nothing tells the monster you mean business like the whirling teeth of a chainsaw. But wait, what? If you're on... But wait, what? What? Tibbity ho, but wait, what? Note from the author. First off, I really enjoyed writing this little series. The outtakes on part 2 had me floored laughing with the cupcake cat clown deal. Yes.